smile with my whole face. Full of adventure, I stayed outside for the whole day. Full of optimism, used to move at my own pace. Now these days I tend to get stuck in my own way. I'm self-driven, but I still deal with some road rage. Too valuable to crash out, that's what my soul say. My uncle was a drunk, he used to go through a whole case. My cousin heart cold, so he called him a cold case. In my case, I'm unpacking baggage that was unchecked. Try carrying on the heavy ones, but the duffel bag full of skeletons. I tried burying some, but they rose from the dead. Yeah, this morning I rose from my bed with a thorn in my side. I started wrestling with God. He said you need to submit and let your pride dissolve. When you let go of your past, it's when you start to evolve. When we evolve, we rise from it all. Go to higher levels, watch our problems get small. When we evolve, we break through the walls of our lower self and watch our spirit stand tall. When we evolve, we know when to call on the Most High and let Him fight all our wars. When we evolve, when we evolve, yeah. When will we evolve? But if I'm honest, some days I don't feel like my best. I hit the gym and lift weights to get shit off my chest. Life full of multiple choices, sometimes it feel like a test. My circle got shady like Scantron, but I'm still blessed. Yeah, it's beauty and chaos. Sometimes you gotta go within just to see the way out. I had to fortify my boundaries, told that gal to stay out. It took me 10,000 hours just to get a payout. Now I see things from a higher place. I grew from my prior place, and now I'm on a mission to uplift my entire race. Purpose burning inside of my chest like a fireplace. I used to smoke loud, now I roll up to a quiet place and sit in my solitude. Yeah, I'm in a solid mood. I'm about to start a fast, 7 days, no solid food, just juices and water, thinking clearer and smarter. When you start to evolve, that's when your mind can go farther. When we evolve, we rise from it all. Go to higher levels, watch our problems get small. When we evolve, we break through the walls of our lower self and watch our spirit stand tall. When we evolve, we know when to call on the Most High and let Him fight all our wars. When we evolve, yeah. When will we evolve?
There's a need that I have been seeing that I think that you should get a reminder on, and that is about ancestral wisdom and how we could be applying those different ancient paths to today. We are not a lost people. We're just misguided in certain ways. But in order for you to move forward, you got to know where you came from and why. So let's be clear. This is not about trying to learn about magic. It's about getting back to what kept our people grounded, protected, and aware long before we were born. African traditional religions and hoodoo are not trends. They're systems built for real life. They help you think sharper, protect your space, move with intention, and keep your relationships clear. And when you actually use these practices the way that they were designed, you stop moving blind. As knowledge is power, and once you know, you're guided and you feel it. Welcome to Blended Healing. Let's go back. Let's go back. More and more of our people are turning back to African traditional religions, or ATRs as they call them, and hoodoo, because these systems were built for real life. They took shape in places where our people had to stay very aware of their surroundings in order to stay protected and connected to something bigger than their day-to-day struggles. They had no options. It was all about survival, community, guidance, and identity wrapped into one thing. And that same structure is exactly what people feel missing right now. ATRs are not one thing. They're rooted in different regions, different nations, different lineages across the continent. You have Yoruba, Akan, Congo, Igbo, and more. Each having their own ways of doing their own order and language of respect. And what connects them is the foundation. It's all about honoring your ancestors, the natural world that's around us, and moving with accountability to both the living and the dead. You're a part of a lineage, and that lineage has responsibilities, relationships, and protections that don't just disappear as the world evolves. Some of this may be up for dispute. I'm not saying that I know everything. I'm always willing to learn more. But what I do know is that we really, really need a sense of where we came from, who we really are, and the like. That's what I know. There were, if we go a little deeper, during the diaspora, several of our different nations had no choice but to come together because of the mid-passage, the Middle Passage. That's why we have such a diverse background and how we move and how we took a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, because when we were all commingling together, we crossed different lineages, different regions, and we became the people of who we are today. Yoruba came from southwestern Nigeria, also extended into Benin and Togo. They are one of the largest and most culturally influential West African groups, known for their strong spiritual structure, organized priesthoods, and deep divination systems, and community-centered ways of living. The Yoruba tradition survived powerfully through the Middle Passage. They showed up today as Ifa, Orisha tradition, Santeria, Lukimi, which is in Cuba, Candomblé, and I know I'm messing up these names, Brazil, Trinidad Orisha tradition. Their influence shaped how many Black communities understand ancestors, offerings, divination, and spiritual discipline today. The Akans came from Ghana and the Ivory Coast. They are a group of made up sub-nations like the Ashanti, the Fantis, the Akim, and others, known for family inheritance, strong clan systems, and a structured spiritual view rooted in community leadership and respect for the ancestors. The Akan influence is seen heavily in the Jamaican Maroon traditions, the Obida in the Caribbean, and some hoodoo household lines like naming traditions of Kofi, the Ama, the Kwame, etc. Akan people carried a strong warrior spirit and community structure that helped preserve their ways, even under violent conditions. Then we move on to the Congo. Very important because they came from Central Africa, mainly the Democratic Republic of Congo, Republic of Congo, Angola, and parts of Gabon. They are a major cultural powerhouse with deep spiritual systems involving ancestors, spirit communication, land based wisdom, and the boundary between the seen and the unseen. Their teachings focus on protection, healing, and maintaining harmony. Congo influences everywhere in Black American spirituality. Hoodoo is very heavy with Congo foundation due to root work, conjure traditions, Central African derived practices in the Carolinas, the Gulf Coast, Haitian voodoo, the Pitu traditions, Brazilian palo, and Quimbana influence. Many of the old remedies, healing methods, spiritual signs, workings with dirt and water, the way elders used to read energy, come straight from Congo wisdom. You have the Igbo that came from southeastern Nigeria. They are a highly independent, community rooted people known for their entrepreneurship, adaptability, and spiritual systems centered around personal destiny, which is your chi, ancestors, and moral responsibility. The Igbo presence is very strong in Virginia, Maryland, and the Carolinas based on historic records. The Huda systems connected to personal destiny work, certain root work traditions based on personal chi or head spirit, influence on Black American views of free will, responsibility, and determination. Igbo ways also influence how many Black families pass down ideals about personal destiny, discipline, and the importance of honoring our people. Each of these nations that were brought together here in the Americas contributed something unique. The Yoruba brought structure, priesthoods, divination, and the Orisha veneration. The Akan brought clan identity, maroon resistance, which I'm going to circle back to later on, because I don't think a lot of people know that we had our own maroon resistance right here in the United States. And we're going to circle back to that. Ancestors focus leadership and herbal knowledge. The Congo brought the backbone of hoodoo, roots, conjure, healing, crossroads, spirit contact, and protection. The Igbo brought the concept of personal destiny, resilience, intuition, and ancestral accountability. All of these nations, all of them, shape spirituality for our people across the Americas through systems built for daily life, family, protection, decision making, and guidance. And if we circle back, right, hoodoo shows up differently because it was born here, in the South, in the fields, in the cabins, in the kitchens, in the hands of people who carry their heritage under conditions meant to be erased. Hoodoo is the proof that our people refuse to lose themselves. They blended what they remembered and what they had access to and what they grew and what they prayed for and how they survived. Hoodoo was practical. It's every day. It's rooted in family lines, oral wisdom, herbs, the Psalms, intention, and protection passed down through households. It's real life work for real life problems. That is why the ATRs and hoodoo are having a resurgence now. Because life as we know it today feels disconnected, unstable, shallow. People don't want no surface level spirituality anymore. They want something that actually holds them. The ATRs give you structure, elders, protocol, responsibility, divination, and spiritual chain of command. Hoodoo gives you applied work, cleaning your space, preparing your home, protecting your energy, praying with purpose, and using the earth the way our ancestors did. Both paths teach us that we're never navigating life alone. You have a bloodline that's watching. You have spirits that move with you. You have traditions that were built to withstand hardship. Am I going too deep for you? Do you understand where you came from and why you are who you are today? How we can withstand hardship, transition, conflict, and uncertainty. When everything around us feels so damn chaotic and out of balance, out of line. These things are here to remind us that our people already laid a foundation. And we're just picking up where they left. People want guidance under pressure. They want direction that actually works in the real world. ATRs and hoodoo bring that to the table without apology or any whitewashing. To give you grounding, order, and clarity when it's needed the most. Do you understand? All right. I'm going to take a pause here. I'll be right back after this.
Skin like velvet, oils got me blessed. Every drop a ritual, every move finesse. Candles lit, steady aura set high. When I walk in the room, watch the envy go. Essentials only keep it real, no stress. Go from the roots, yeah we shine, nothing less. Drip so divine, body magic in the air. Chimeka got the vibe, self-love everywhere. Essentials only keep it real, no stress. Go from the It's after hours now. Ink still warm. Paint turned pretty. That's what I do. Slow hand, heavy bass, mood on hush. 808 heartbeat.
She rooted in the rhythm of the trees. Talk sweet, pour, calm like teas. Queen cows with the herbs that speak. She the balance when your soul feel weak. From plant to plate, she walk with grace. Tinctures that kiss you into place. This ain't a trend, this ancient flow. She don't heal you, she helps you grow, yeah. She dropped that lemon balm in the brew.
Oh, you can't find this in the store. Not this, baby. This right here. This is customized. You better get like me.
Let me wrap this up for you. Oh, before I do, don't forget Black Friday that weekend, from Black Friday through Cyber Monday. So I believe it's 4 days. Shamaka Essentials on the website of www.shamakaessentials.com will be having a sale on select items. Make sure that you pop in and stack up. It's from like $8 to like $16 for these items. All right? Make sure that you check it out. So let me wrap this up for you. Just giving you a aha moment for some things that you should remember about our structure. Yoruba represents structure, divination, spirit heads, and consistent practice. They carried a clear understanding of spiritual order, even when their full systems weren't allowed to exist openly. Parts of their view and the ways of doing things still shaped Hoodoo. The concept of head spirit or the inner guide aligns with Yoruba ideals of the Ore. The use of prayer before any work reflects Yoruba respect for spiritual hierarchy. The ideal of staying in right standing with the ancestors mirror Yoruba teachings on maintaining connection with your lineage. Divination methods in hoodoo, bones, shells, playing cards are an echo, a mirror, so to speak, of the Yoruba instinct for using tools to speak with spirit. Even without formal priesthood in hoodoo, the Yoruba mindset of order, respect, and discipline is all over the practice. When it comes to the Akan represents ancestor veneration, community roles, and resistance rooted in workings. Akan influence shows up in strong focus on ancestors, clan identity, and the role your lineage plays in your life. In hoodoo, the belief that ancestors protect us and guide our choices is directly Akan. Working with family stories, dreams, and inherited gifts traces back to the Akan culture, Maroon-style resistance traditions that survive in places like Jamaica and the Carolinas, blended with hoodoo forms of protection, escape work, and community uplift. Akan traditions made sure that hoodoo didn't just become individual magic. It stayed family centered, responsibility centered, and rooted in community strength. The Congo represents the backbone, which is the roots, the spirits, the thresholds, and the healing. They are the heartbeat of Hoodoo. You can't talk about Hoodoo without acknowledging the Congo's influence, because the Congo make up deals directly with the seen and the unseen, which is exactly how Hoodoo moves. The crossroads, the graveyard dirt, spirit communication, and working with nature all reflect Congo teachings. Root work, the literal term, is Congo. It's herbs, roots, stones, soil, salts, waters. All the natural elements are handled by the Congo mindset. The use of spiritual baths, floor washes, powders, and jars mirror the Congo healing and protection workings. Most of the old remedies, home protections, and elder knowledge passed down in Black families carry Congo fingerprints. And lastly, for today, the Igbo represents destiny work, personal responsibility, and spiritual intuition. The Igbo culture centers on personal destiny, the chi, moral responsibility, and the relationship between a person and their guiding spirit. That shape Hoodoo in ways people don't always recognize. The idea that you co-create your path with spirit is Igbo. The belief that your personal spirit demands discipline is Igbo. The focus on insight, dreams, intuition, and knowing when something is off aligns with Igbo. Hoodoo's emphasis on self-accountability mirrors Igbo on character and decision making. Igbo influence shows up whenever someone talks about what their spirit is telling them or what they know in their bones. Let me just draw a line of correlation for you, okay? Here we go. Yoruba, structure, divination, spirit heads, and consistent practice. You hear me talk about the Ore in times past. It's been a minute, you know, about the head spirit, their inner guide. That's Yoruba. We do that today. We do that. When it comes to divination, we do that. I don't do the bones, but we use cards. We use our intuition. We use and listen to what the seen or unseen say. And we respect a higher order. When it comes to the Akan, we talk about clan identity, which is our lineage. We talk about different resistance that we have been in. Those are the forms of protection, uplifting our community, family centered. That's Akan. We practice that. When it comes to the Congo, almost everything that they say is what we do. We work on or work with the seen and unseen. We do crossroads work. I personally don't do graveyard dirt. I find that disturbing, but it's being done. Spirit communication, yes, of course. Working with nature, with the herbs, the roots, the stones, the salts, the soils, the water, all natural elements. We work with that. Spiritual baths, floor washes, powders, jars. We do all of that. Healing and protection work. We do that. All of those old remedies that has been passed down from family to family to family. You've seen your grandmas do it, and you probably didn't realize that it was a part of that lineage. And when it comes to personal power, spiritual intuition, co-creating with the Holy Spirit and the divine. We do that. We have a hodgepodge of all different things that make us who we are. If we can just take the time to sit down and realize what a great people we are. And all of the struggles that we have went through in order to get here today. To sit up here and mirror the same shit. It's crazy. But I digress. No harm, no foul, no judgment zone. But like they always said, you need to know where you came from to know where you're going. You need to stand for something, don't fall for everything. And that's it, and that's all. When we come back, the next thing we're going to be talking about is why these things feel familiar to us. Because we've been here before. We've seen this before. We know this, man. Get back to basics. We're going to be talking about that. And how we can do some mindful living today. All right? I'm out of here. I got to go. I got things to do. And I know you do too. Be well, stay safe. I say in deep bow to each and every one of you. Be well. Be well. Be well. Look out for each other. Respect each other. Love on each other. Like your life depended on it. And I'll see you around. Ashe.
Would you change it? You ever wonder why people hide behind pain? Why they log on just to lash out? Maybe they just lonely, maybe they just want to be seen. Yeah, this one's for the trolls. Yeah. You sit in the glow of your blue lit cake, fingers twitching, heart full of ache. Every word you type, baby, bleeds through the screen. You call it truth, but it's just what you mean. You a ghost with Wi-Fi, a shadow with a grudge, searching for love through the static and sludge. You say you don't care, but I can feel you cry. Every cruel word is just a lullaby to the pain you never healed inside. Who hurt you, baby? Who made you believe love was pain? You break what you crave, you hide behind names. But if I loved you right, would you still play the same? If you found what you need, would you change? You crave touch, but you only know how to scratch. You want heat, but you burn every match. You talk in chaos, but you mean connection. Hurt people turn love into misdirection. You don't hate the world now, you just miss its warmth. You troll cause tenderness feels like a storm. Who hurt you? Was it the one who left too soon? Was it the silence that stayed in the room? Was it love with conditions, affection with strings that taught you to break what you wanted to keep? You ain't evil. You're empty. If I loved you whole, would you still run away? If you found what you need, would you change? Would you change? Would you change? Would you still take on a new persona? If love was finally real, would you drop the mask and let somebody feel you? Love don't knock on fake doors. So come out and breathe before you troll that too.